thank you all for joining us today. We certainly appreciate your time. For those of you that are Microsoft customers, thank you. For those of you who are not, we're here to convince you to become Microsoft CRM customers, so come on up front. I'm going to hand it over to Nitasha, who's going to kick us off today.
Thanks, Marty. Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining us in person, and a huge thanks to those who are joining us virtually. Welcome to day 3. You made it. It's been an exciting few days, and we promise to bring a lot of that excitement into your last day with our session. My name is Nitasha Chopra. I'm the Chief Operating Officer in the Business Applications and Industry Copilot team here at Microsoft, where my team and I are dedicated to enhancing our gross margin. We live and breathe revenue acceleration and operational efficiency. And joining me on stage is my partner in crime, Marty Priest, who's a global leader for Compete programs in business applications. So are you ready for the AI era of a modern CRM? Well, let's dive in and explore how we can unlock the full potential of an AI-first CRM. Thank you for joining us. Here at Microsoft, we believe that the world of CRM or CX or customer experience is undergoing a major transformation thanks to the AI evolution. Today, we are going to would love to share with you what we believe that change is and why your current CRM system may not be up to that task, and what you may need to deliver to a stellar customer experience and perhaps regain your competitive edge, and why your peers are increasingly choosing Microsoft Dynamics 365 to transform that CX function in this AI-first, AI-everywhere era. I think what makes our session truly unique is that its foundations are in the real-world experiences. Every day, we collaborate closely with our future customers, CIOs, CXOs, to really deeply understand their challenges. And we're thrilled to be sharing not just the challenges that our customers are experiencing, but also the transformative journeys and impactful business outcomes that we've helped them achieve. And to kick things off, let's hear from 4 of our top Dynamics 365 customers as they talk about their transformative journeys.
My name is Silvana Zaffarana. I work as a sales process specialist.
EY is a professional services firm with over 300,000 colleagues.
I've been at HSBC for 28 years. It's a dynamic, fast-flowing, fast-paced company.
At the heart of what we do is a commitment to drive better outcomes for our clients. And to do this, we need to have an integrated approach so it ensures we're going to be connected, proactive, and insightful to provide our clients with an exceptional client service.
Our mission is the knowledge of the customer, not only on salespeople, but really shared with the whole organization. It is very important for us to have always consistent data in the system.
How to do this at scale, across the business, across products, and across geographies has been one of the most significant challenges, and doing that in a compliant manner with highest levels of data security.
The other challenge was, how do we consolidate our legacy estate, simplify our infrastructure, automate data, as well as improve workflows and really eliminate repetitive tasks.
For me, there was only one choice when it came to thinking about a CRM system that could meet the needs and the complexity of an organization like HSBC. That was Microsoft Dynamics.
Microsoft was chosen because of its respected cloud technology and its global footprint and presence.
Our initial launch was 3,000 users, and they were very excited once they got on the platform.
We've seen double-digit increases in our higher-ranking employees interacting with our CRM process. We've also seen a 5 times increase in the speed at which it takes for us to log an opportunity in our system.
It's created this groundswell within the organization where everybody else is clamoring to get this tool. It's going to get us greater visibility into our business as we move forward.
I love the simplicity, I love how it organizes the data, and ultimately how it solves a need and a job that needs to be done.
Greater productivity and efficiency greater levels of collaboration across teams globally distributed.
This is powerful for us. Time is precious. Small times saved during the day, it means a huge time saved in the whole week.
We have our integrated platform in place with Dynamics 365 sales at the center. Now we can build on this and continue the transformation.
Dynamics 365 is really life-changing for a seller.
We're extremely excited about what is coming and what is possible.
I'm very excited for the future.
All right. Well, if you weren't excited before, I certainly hope that you're excited now after hearing from our customers about their transformative journeys and their business outcomes. So I caught a few recurring themes here: enhanced productivity, greater efficiency, seamless experience, and a unified cloud platform. Do these matter to your customers and employees too? Why do these organizations choose to step away from the current existing big name CRM systems? And how were their existing systems failing them and holding them back? Let's dig into that a little bit. Today, delivering a great customer experience is harder than ever before because customer expectations are higher than ever before. And here's some stats. 54% of our customers believe that most companies are not delivering good customer experiences today. And then 64% wish that companies would respond faster to their changing needs because everything is changing super fast in the technology ecosystem. And customers expect personalized, accurate, and connected experiences that are available rapidly at their fingertips. They want both the digital experiences to self-educate, and they also want the human interactions that are really engaging and really meet them where they are. And there's a business cost to not meeting these expectations consistently. 32% of customers would walk away, simply just drop and walk away from a brand that they love after just one bad experience. I mean, that's a major stat if you think about it. And the reality is that many businesses today are not equipped to meet customer expectations. Employees are overwhelmed by the volume of data, email, chats, and it's really outpaced our ability to be able to process it. We call it the digital debt. And when you combine this digital debt with the lack of accurate and timely insights, we've really made the employee experience a little bit more tougher. So as we delve into the challenges faced by our CRM teams, I think it's very important to understand the impact of this digital debt and the lack of fast and accurate buyer insights. So let's start with an example. Let's start with our marketing teams. Imagine trying to orchestrate a customer journey across multiple channels without the right data. It's the reason why 61% of enterprise marketers feel challenged with creating the right content for the audience. And let's talk about our sales professionals. They're on the front lines, engaging every day with potential buyers. Sellers are really bogged down with manual tasks, with 70% of their time spent on admin and non-selling duties. And lastly, our service agents. They're the ones who are ensuring our customers are happy and satisfied. And 71% of customer service agents spend too much of their time looking up answers to questions instead of executing on the resolution to customer cases. And as a result, we end up with productivity and efficiency challenges, and so does the customer experience suffer. Now, the applications that support the customer experience have evolved over generations. With each layer, though, it's just built on top of the last. Unfortunately, this has resulted in this, somewhat of a rickety and siloed enterprise architecture. It makes it extremely difficult to implement new innovations, especially as you're thinking about things like marketing journeys and chatbots and AI. And as a result, most CXOs really struggle to build a scale strategy around the current architecture. And that can be a major roadblock to any business success. We speak to our potential customers every day. cutting across industries, across geographies, and frankly, across all sizes. And many are not happy with their current CRM systems. These tools that they have, they were not designed to meet the demand of today's fast-paced and ever-evolving business environment. And when we ask them for their feedback on what they think is wrong, these responses can usually go in like 3 major categories. One, it's like the major issue with traditional system is that they create these silos, both within their teams and with data. This fragmentation makes it like extremely difficult to deliver any personalized experience that your customers would need. And without seamless insights flowing from sales and marketing and service tools, they really struggle to meet their customer expectations. The second one is around employee satisfaction and productivity. We talked about sellers earlier. Traditional CRM systems just often act like as an overhead, which keeps employees away from doing what matters and directly ties into the customer. Instead of empowering our teams, these systems become a burden and sort of hinder their ability to perform at their best in the different roles that they have. And lastly, these CRM platforms that rose to prominence in the software as a service era really don't have the flexibility that we need. It's not like one size does not fit all. The high total cost of ownership, project delays, implementation delays, complicated and poor integration and workflows, renewals and hidden costs. There's these common themes we hear across the board, across all sizes. So the challenge is clear. What we need is a new approach to CRM that really breaks these barriers down, accelerates our innovation, and enhances employee productivity. Hopefully this is a familiar phenomena. This is what CRM systems today look like. Employees across the company have separate silos for communicating with the same customer. These conversations are happening in isolation. And what happens is they stop the employees from working better together. And that prevents economies of scale across the entire enterprise. And this is what drives business results. What businesses need is an integrated service, sales, and marketing CRM suite that runs on a single platform instance. It serves as the jet fuel for AI to deliver insights and get work done for the employees. An AI-first CRM story is somewhat like this. Our marketers are crafting compelling messages in campaigns to attract and engage potential customers. And then the sales team step in to build the relationships and close the deals. And finally, our service teams ensure that the customers are receiving the support that they need and foster loyalty and satisfaction. The employees are working better together to deliver an accelerated business results and exceptional customer experience. And there's no better reference for us to use here than Microsoft itself as customer zero. So today, later on, you'll see Marty talk about how an AI-first unified CRM platform together with Dynamics 365 for Sales and Copilot has improved productivity and the impact of our own Microsoft sales team. So this is what companies have been asking for. The ask is loud and clear. You want a CRM solution that's easy to customize and maintain, that's fully integrated with your existing apps and equipped with AI tools that deliver tangible results. And you also want a unified platform with a rich ecosystem of ISVs and partners, committed vendors, and the flexibility to avoid complex and expensive contracts. But it appears this is what they get. This is what we're hearing from the customers that we talk to every day. They're tired of overpaying year over year and not seeing the value. The demo that they saw, that they were very impressed with, and the transformation that they expected just never materialized. Users spend too much time switching in between applications, and often the CRM is a tool that's for management reporting versus something that they see inherent value in using for themselves. So the adoption continues to stay low. The initial implementation was expensive, over-customized, lots of integration, third-party apps, and ongoing maintenance. It's just expensive. It's costly. And unfortunately, many of the CRM solutions out there are often resource extensive, they are expensive, and come with significant product gaps. And in today's economic environment, most CXOs, I'll raise my hand as a CAO, is constantly being asked to do more with the same amount of budget and staff or even less. So we're seeing customers move to Microsoft at a pace that we've never seen before. So why is that, and why is that happening now? We believe that there's a lot of excitement about our innovative ground-up platform approach and our AI leadership. Imagine you're the CEO of a growing company, and you're juggling multiple challenges, managing sales, ensuring smooth operations, tracking finances, keeping your customers happy. And it feels like every day you're building a puzzle, and majority of the pieces of your puzzles just don't quite fit. That data is scattered, systems just don't talk to each other, and scaling feels like climbing a mountain with no end in sight. Now picture the other side. What if you had a single platform that seamlessly connected every part of your system? A system that didn't just work for you, but with you. And that is the promise of Dynamics 365. We don't just offer tools. We're really looking at it as a foundation. It's a unified end-to-end ERP, and CRM application that's built on Dataverse. Dataverse, a common data model that really connects your business and customer data like never before. But here's the magic. We've infused this platform with the power of AI, not in some far-off futuristic way, but in very practical solutions that you can actually leverage today. It's like having a trusted advisor, always there to make you smarter, to help make smarter, faster decisions. And the best part is that it doesn't stop there. Dynamics 365 connects effortlessly with tools you and your teams already love and use, Microsoft Teams and Microsoft 365. So at Microsoft, we believe that you deserve more than just a set of tools. You need an entire end-to-end platform. And as I hand over to Marty, our hope is that our conversation today enables you to think of what you would do with this new generation of CRM AI-infused tools.
Awesome. Thank you, Nitasha. Any of this resonate with you all? Yeah? As Nitasha mentioned, I'm Marty. I run our global compete programs. I help companies move off of their current CRM to Microsoft. That's really what I do. And I travel the globe talking to executives all the time about why Microsoft, why now, and what the difference is between what they're on. And Nitasha hit a lot of those critical components. So just as size and scope. In the enterprise space, which is our largest customers, myself and my team have helped over 200 customers move from the blue cloud to Microsoft CRM in the past 18 months. The transformation is happening. It's happening fast. And as Nitasha mentioned, they're just tired of the old ways. They're tired of a CRM that doesn't give them the productivity they're looking for. They're tired of the high cost. They're tired of the multiple integrations. They're tired of the silos of data. And they really need to be more productive for their team members, right? So get your team members more productive, close those sales calls faster, and get up to speed. So let's talk about how we bring that alive in the Microsoft CRM tool. On the left-hand side, you see all the things that other systems don't do, right? But on the right-hand side, it talks about the things we're really, really good at, right? AI first and unified. What I'll go through is live today. I'm not showing you anything in this presentation that you couldn't use literally tomorrow or into December, into January. There's nothing here that's fake. It was purpose-built to help you as a business be more productive day one. So as we look at that, right, all of our solutions are also integrated into the flow of work. I will talk about how that works for you. But look, I'm a former sales leader. CRMs weren't really my thing. I didn't really put a lot of data into them. I'm sure none of you guys have this experience at your company. I'm sure everyone uses your CRM just the way you want them to. But historically, CRMs had lower adoption rates, right? That's because salespeople or the people using them just didn't really like the way they worked. They didn't work inside those systems. But with Microsoft, they bring the power of the technology where you work. So it doesn't matter which platform I'm in, I can feed the CRM from those platforms. And it infuses AI throughout. So you see some stats here of how AI is helping. Again, all of this is already built into the system. We have almost 3 million monthly active users in our Copilot today, using this every day. So in sales, we're talking about closing more deals, meeting the customer real time. I'm sure none of you have ever done this either. I know I have, and probably recently, as I mentioned, I meet with a lot of executives. That 15-minute thing pops up in your calendar. You're like, oh, I got that meeting coming up. What was that again? I got to prep for that one. Within 2 clicks, I can prep for that meeting. Copilot allows me to prep swiftly. I literally click on that meeting. It says, are you looking to prep for this upcoming meeting? Yes. Pulls data in from both unified or structured and unstructured places for me. So through Excel, PowerPoint, et cetera, plus my CRM. So I can get prepped pretty quick. I usually try to prep more than 15 minutes ahead of time, but sometimes you miss. And then on the service side, like personalizing service, I'll talk about how Microsoft has done this as customer zero. The cool thing about Microsoft is we have a consumer division, Xbox, Xbox Live. Hopefully you guys all use our tools there. Right, yeah, there we go. And sometimes we have customers that don't really like the experience they're getting, or maybe they've got a credit card problem or something's not working right and they have to call into us. We're our customer zero for that. When you call in, you're using the Microsoft platform. You're leveraging our tool set, and our team is leveraging that tool set to be responsive to our customers. And of course, finance and supply chain as well. You see some great stats there that we've driven out. To me, this is the power. As someone, again, who's been on the road basically my entire life, helping customers with technology, this is the power of the Microsoft CRM tool. And frankly, this is about time. It's about time we have a unified way to work into our CRM. As an example, if we were just having a meeting today and I had some notes, right, I'm discussing, and you may have said, hey, I need you to follow up on this, and I'm storing that up here. By the time I get home, and then on Sunday probably open my laptop to enter CRM notes, I probably forgot what you said. But if I could leave here, grab my phone, and talk to Copilot and say, hey, and I left this meeting, customer X wants me to follow up on this problem, and it updated my CRM and gave me a reminder in my Outlook, I'd be far more productive. And my management team would be really happy because CRM's updated. So no longer do I have to remember, write it down, get to Sunday, and try to type it in. It automatically is in the CRM. If I have a Teams meeting and I'm recording, it's transcribing, those notes go into my CRM. Those follow-ups also go in the CRM. So it really doesn't matter where I'm working anymore. CRM's tied and interwoven into those tool sets. Super, super important. So as you look at productivity, you look at gaining the most out of your system, that's the way to do it. It's built in everywhere. Instead of you having to go and swivel chair around to a website to update your CRM at some point, hopefully in the future, and most likely with limited notes because you just don't remember everything, or you jotted some things down that don't automatically get in there. Right? So I think that is the biggest power of Microsoft, and that's why Microsoft is now the leader and the growth leader in the CRM space. Copilot's an agent designed to be in the way you work. So we have 2 things, right? So just to ground you probably heard this from Satya and Charles and many others this week. Copilots are sort of a one-to-one experience. You have to tell a Copilot what to do. It's there waiting for you, but you tell it what to do, right? And then it goes and does that task. Agents, on the other hand, are working in the background, right? So those, we have some, I'll show you in a second, some agents that we have that are pre-built. But of course, with Copilot Studio, you can build your own agents to help you work the way you want to, or follow a certain business flow that might be unique to you and your business. We're working with a great partner now that has extended their application using Copilot Studio across the entire Microsoft tool set. So let's say you're on a different internal service management product than Microsoft. You could extend that product into ours and really deliver a unified approach and experience. So no longer do you have to live in siloed ERPs and CRMs and other tools. You can bring all those together and deliver using Copilot Studio. So here are some agents that we're going to deliver, autonomous agents we're delivering here in December and into early next year. These will be live by the time any of you want to use them or go live. Some examples here. So sales qualification agent coming soon. Prioritize and act on high-profile prospects. This will be out, I believe, in December. Case management agent, customer intent agents, customer knowledge management agents, and then, of course, scheduling operations agent coming from a field service perspective. So we're delivering those out of the box, and we'll continue to build those based on our customers' needs. But of course, like I said, you can build your own as well, leveraging Copilot Studio. And this is, again, the Microsoft advantage, right? I'm sure all these logos you're super familiar with. I asked if everyone used our Microsoft platform as a whole. Everyone said they did, or they ignored me. Either one's fine. But using these tools, you can extend and build on top of your current CRM or Microsoft CRM, right? So the developer tools you love, the AI models, we can extend far beyond the Microsoft tools to get you what you want. So GitHub, Visual Studio, Power Platform, Copilot Studio, the world's most loved developer tools you can leverage inside of Microsoft. So I like to say that when you do more with Microsoft, you get far more benefit out of the platform, and then you can leverage the economies of scale, right? So Natasha mentioned it, I'll mention it again. Our CRM tool natively is less expensive than our competition. It saves people millions of dollars typically when they switch. And the reason for that is we have an economy of scale and it's a single platform. We're able to deliver our CRM at a much lower cost, still very high functionality, still delivering on everything you're looking for from a business standpoint, but a cost that makes more sense for you and your company. So let's look into some of the copilots. This is happening in the background. While you read it and while you see it, I'm just going to talk some customer examples. That always relates better to me than some really cool slides our marketing team does a wonderful job putting together. I was recently in Switzerland. I met with a company whose basic market is anyone above the age of 18, literally anyone. And they need to hit them at the point of intent and quickly. They have a lot of different systems. They're going to move to Microsoft. And we were talking about our customer data platform. We call it Customer Insights. And essentially what we were talking about and what they will move to is being able to unify customer data into one single place across many different systems. When I say they have many systems, they're a multinational company, they're very large, they have systems everywhere. That means my data as a customer is all over the place, siloed everywhere. Now they can pull that into one place and try to understand my intent and push me the right marketing, whether it be an SMS, an email, a social channel, but they can try to get me to act based on some intent they're seeing on how I interact with them. And again, they're unifying that across many different places. I mentioned on the sales side how I use it. Microsoft deployed, I mentioned we're customer zero. We have 35,000 sellers in the field, Microsoft does. That's a lot of us that are out there helping our customers. They deployed Copilot overnight, I think. There probably was some training and I may have missed it. But I was able to use Copilot immediately because it's natively inside of my Outlook or inside of my Teams, ready for me to use and act on. It sits at the bottom bar on my desktop. So I'm using Copilot all the time. So I'll just talk about a couple of ways I'm using it. I talked about meetings, right? If I'm prepping for a meeting, that is the most important and easiest way for me to use Copilot. And it brings data across everything. So probably like most of you, we prep for our meetings ahead of time, and sometimes it's tough to get on your calendar to prep. So these preps could be a couple weeks before. My memory is not great anymore. I usually don't remember every single detail of that prep, but what I can do is hit Copilot, ask it to summarize the data and pull in the relevant things for the next meeting, and it will do that for me. And it's pulling it from Teams, CRM. We might have a PowerPoint out there that's relevant for the meeting. It'll pull that all into one place. Super, super helpful for me. It may be as simple as I work across time zones. So in my Outlook, I may just quickly say, like, what time is it right now in Milan? Because I'm trying to schedule a meeting. And now I live in the East Coast time. I'm in Central time. A lot of my colleagues live on Pacific time. And trying to do that is not something my brain does real quick, but Copilot sure does. So both from a structured and unstructured way, you can use Copilot to your advantage, built natively into the Microsoft toolset. And you see some samples here on how Microsoft used it to close 7% higher close rates, 60% reduction in time. It's really seller productivity metrics. This can be deployed within 30 days, quickly. You can actually deploy it by turning it on and using it right away. Most companies have a security layer they want to go through, but within 30 days, you can be live on Copilot for sales. And then, of course, the customer service side. I'm not going to spend too much time on this slide here, because I have a deeper one that talks about how Microsoft with Customer Zero, using the example I just mentioned. But I will go through it in more detail in a second. And of course, Microsoft runs on trust. There's no bluster here. I'm not telling you anything you can't use literally tomorrow if you decide to move to the Microsoft tool, or if you're already on it, you can use these tools right away. So we're not out here saying, hey, overselling you on something that just doesn't exist. It may exist in the future. No, no, no. This exists right now. You can use our tools today. So we believe in giving product truth, and we believe in not overselling you. Why? Because we want you to be customers forever. And that's super, super important for us. We want you to adopt our technology. Second, we're laser focused on security in everything we do. Compliance is a promise, and you can read Satya's quote here, and you probably heard him say it day one. Security is literally built into everything we do and every technology we deploy. Super important. So I'm going to start another example here to go through a video, and then I'm going to talk about some of those key stats
Say
about customer
goodbye to your
service.
siloed legacy CRM and say hello to Microsoft Dynamics 365, your one-stop AI-powered customer experience platform that'll make it easier for your employees to wow your customers. Data analytics teams ready to make your data work smarter, not harder? Dynamics 365 preps your data for AI so you can focus on insights, not spreadsheets. Sales and marketing teams meet the world's first Copilot in CRM, streamlining your daily workflows so you can spend more time engaging with customers and less time on mundane tasks. Customer service agents turn service calls into fan clubs with a solution that transforms customers into your biggest advocates, with easy access to case resolutions. And because it's Dynamics 365, you get the full power of the unified Microsoft ecosystem. Microsoft Teams, Outlook, and more, all seamlessly integrated into your flow of work. With Dynamics 365, you're not just closing deals, you're fostering relationships. Understand your customers like never before, personalize experiences, and watch your pipeline grow. So let's get down to business with Dynamics 365.
So as we look at that video and think about how that comes into action, over 97% of the Fortune 500 uses our 365 or Power Platform tool. We're confident in our ability to deliver, and they're confident in our ability as well. And that's why we continue to move customers from our competition over to Microsoft at a historic rate. We're proud to support over 500,000 customers using our business applications platform. Many of you are those customers, so thank you. We greatly appreciate it and appreciate the innovation you've helped us drive. Over 40,000 customers on Copilot today. And I mentioned the stat before, 2.9 million monthly active users. It's real and people are using it every single day. And we have over 30 years of history in CRM and ERP. I know that because I actually deployed, I was at a partner prior, I deployed the first ERP system in Florida a long, long time ago. I'm dating myself a little bit, but I was here for version 1. You're on 1.1, so you've been here a long time on that journey with us. And we're super proud of this path. One of the things Microsoft did, and that's helped us get to where we are today, is this wasn't an acquisition model. Our competition had an acquisition model, which meant they have silos across them. They have multiple clouds, a lot of integrations you have to build. As I mentioned, ours was not that. We built it from the ground up. These are all fully integrated. We're a leader in 6 different quadrants for Gartner in business applications. Those solutions aren't just siloed 6 quadrants. They fully integrate. So again, as you use more Microsoft, you'll get the power of each one of those tools working together. So one of the key drivers today is cost. So as we look at cost, Microsoft is natively 42% less on a license cost perspective, our CRM tool is, so Dynamics 365. I meet with customers every single day, and whether we would like it to be or not, in today's economic environment, cost is driving decisions. But what would be great is if you could spend less and still get more. You do that with Microsoft. You can spend less on your CRM, and you could finally get a single platform solution that fully integrates and drives productivity for your business. And we've seen this over and over and over again. There will be some customer examples coming up. 30% lower total cost of ownership and a lot of savings. But we're not doing that without driving effectiveness in the business. So let's talk about how Microsoft did that. I mentioned it before. We're Customer Zero. Actually, the Customer Zero team sits with Nitasha, sits inside of our business applications practice, and we deploy it out inside of Microsoft. And we've seen some incredible uplift in our business by leveraging our own tool set. 20% reduction in missed routes, 31% increase in first-time call resolution. Every customer would like that uplift, and we tested on us first, and then deployed it out. And you can see some impacts of Copilot. Again, I mentioned these before, but 9% increase in cases and chats managed through support agents, so no human interaction at all. 12% reduction in average time to chat for cases, 13% decrease in agents required. But look, again, as we do it, we have over 10,000 agents managing our call center, and they're seeing huge benefit. And we have not had to increase headcount as we continue to grow that business, which is super impactful. As you as a customer, you as a business owner and business leader being told, look, you need to spend less, you need to increase productivity, we're not gonna give you more headcount to do that, you're just gonna have to figure out a way to do it, right? So you're like adding that up in your head going, oh, wait, I gotta spend less, do more. Okay, let's try this out, right? You have to have technology that can help you do that for sure. The material difference here, we're talking about Microsoft sellers, so that would be myself and the 35,000 others of us. 79% of sellers indicated a reduction in admin work. I can just attest myself that this is an absolute true stat. I spend far less time on admin work. I can literally prioritize my inbox within seconds, responding to the most impactful emails right away. I can get information at my fingertips like I've never been able to do before using the Microsoft tools. Saving time, I can bet I've saved more than 90 minutes per week, but 90 minutes the average seller. If we could all do that and help our sellers get more productive, I think we'd be really, really happy. Couple customer examples before we wrap, and I'm happy to answer questions if we have time at the end. I know we're running a little short on time, and I tend to talk too much. But when you think about Lenovo moving off of Salesforce to Microsoft and the key benefits that have been driven out of that, gross margin improvements and cost savings from a support perspective, Lenovo's a great customer of ours, and they've done truly remarkable things with our CRM tool and moving away from a legacy Salesforce application. First West Credit Union, a large credit union in Canada, their job is to service their members. And they were able to do that through using the Microsoft tool set and really taking care of it. 11-month implementation. By the way, I'll pause and say our average implementation, I mentioned those 200 customers last 18 months, 7.9 months. 100% of them went live. Super, super amazing. Really proud of our entire team that's been able to make that happen. But you could see how invested we are in helping customers be successful using our platform. For this particular customer, 87% of member complaints are now resolved within 14 days, 50% less time than prior. And then one of our great partners, EPAM, large consulting firm, has moved over and leveraged our D365 Sales and Copilot for Sales. And I mentioned a lot of stats on Copilot for Sales before. They're actually seeing the benefit of that and driving key business results, which are more data-driven. And really, their adoption rates have massively increased of people using the CRM because it sits in their flow of work. As we pause here, I'll mention a few other customers. I'll anonymize the names. I've helped large banks, some of the largest banks in the world, now move off of their legacy CRM platform to Microsoft Dynamics. Large chemical manufacturer in the US is now in the process of moving off right in the middle of their implementation. And many other customers, a medical device company, one of the largest in the world, has undergone that transformation. I will say to you, that those that are not on our application today, we're happy to help you make that migration. And for those of you that are, thank you so much for being on our application. If there's anything we can do to help you continue to transform your business using our tools, please do let us know. We're happy to engage and assist. So as I finish, thank you so much for being great Microsoft customers. I surveyed most of you at the beginning, and you all said that you use our tools. So thank you very much. We appreciate it. Hope you all had a great conference, and thank you for joining us today.
Thank you, everyone. Nice job.